Hi, welcome to my print cloud training. This will be the first video you want to look at when you're going to go ahead and start setting things up. What I've done is I've logged into the MIS, and you'll see a lot of this stuff will be set at zeros and things won't be there. This is one of our existing systems, but same concept. We're going to start out in settings, and we're going to come in and we're going to go to my organization. Clicking on my organization, we're going to set up all our details and stuff like that. Company information, name, address, coming down through email. What we have here is our company logo, that type of information. We're then going to jump into regional settings. And what we're going to do here is select a time zone or a region that we're set up in. We're also going to enter our currency, whether the symbol would show before or after our currency. Select the available language. Also going to define what for units of measurement we're going to use in length and also in weight. So you can see we can drop down and change these. And we're going to be able to add some tax codes in. So that's the information you're doing in regional settings. Markups. We have the ability to add markups in different places. You can also enter a default markup that applies on all estimates. You can have markup in a cost center, markup in materials, and then you can also have an estimate markup. So it depends on how you would want to do things. We're coming down here. The next thing we're going to have is what we will call nominal codes. This is basically your GL codes, so we can map to your accounting program. And the next thing we're going to do is come down and we're going to go to managers and departments. What we have here is your sales manager. All new order emails will be sent to the sales manager. Every time somebody goes to the retail store and places an order, they're going to get an email. We also have what we will call an order manager. They're going to process it. And then we also have what we call a job production manager. They're going to manage when the job starts. They can change dates. They can do things on the scheduling and things like that. So that's basically the information we have set up underneath my organization. As we come across here, we're going to have a user manager and user roles, system emails, reports and start numbering, that type of thing. They're all pretty well self-explanatory. User manager, when you're coming in here, you're going to set people up as users. So you're going to add new users. You're going to be able to archive a user if somebody leaves the company. And you'll see Fred in accounts is showed up as red. That means he's been archived. I'm set up as a user. And again, if we click on this, what we're going to see in here is my name, my email, my administrative, my role. So here we have accounts, administrative, marketing, production, sales, a super user. And again, you get to define what these are and you get to give permissions to each of these groups. But this gives you some ideas of different people you might want to set up. You could have a CSR, customer service rep type of manager, and you could have a manager for the CSRs and a CSR, permissions. You could have a sales and you could have a vice president of sales, could have different permissions. So just the way you want to set things up. We're coming in, we have the ability they can they be scheduled in production. So this is basically somebody who generally logs in. You can use them in production, and that's for future use. We're going to put things in there. Can they send email? You can disable the account. Can they design templates? Who do you want to be able to go and design templates? And can they approve templates? Two things you might want not everybody to do. You might want one of your illustrators, somebody in the pre-press department be assigned to that. Maybe some of your salespeople, they can approve templates. Somebody will design them and the sales guy will approve them, that type of thing. So just a few permissions in here. The rest of them, as we save and close this and come out of it, are going to be set up here in user roles. So what we have here in user roles, and again, if we just click on one of these, if you click on it, what you're going to end up with is you're going to see there's going to be a drop down of just different things that they can do. So they can view estimates. Then if we drop down estimate details, they can actually open an estimate. They can save an estimate. Okay, that means they can view estimates. This means they can open a new estimate, and this means they can save it. This is a template library. Item flags, that type of thing, and then job production, view jobs, job activity list. So these are all just different permissions you need to go through and be able to set things up so that a person has a permission what they can see and what they can't see. And again, they all have drop downs. So can they do orders? Can they view orders? Can they do inquiries, view inquiries, scheduling, that type of thing, accounts, just different permissions and stuff that they would be able to see. So, and that will give them permissions on different things that will show up down here on the bottom. They'll be able to use that type of information. Anyways, I'm going to save this. That pretty much has us set up there. The next thing that's going to happen is once we have our general settings, most of our customers want to get their retail web store up and running. So the next video we're going to do is basically setting up the retail web store and how to go in and identify your prices, the items you sell, all those things, and they'll basically be out of our product library here along the bottom. The other thing that I would recommend that you do is you go into each one of these. This is the setting up a customer, setting up a supplier, setting up a corporate customer, just the different things you can do. Here we have estimating and inquiries. This is our orders. This is production and scheduling. Billing, so our invoicing. This is shipping. This is our product library where all the products that are maintained out on the retail store will be there. And this is settings, and this is where you're going to set everything else up. I'm going to go through and I'm going to do individual looks at each one of these. We'll do the MIS, we'll do the plant, we'll do the system utilities, that type of thing. So there'll be basically training on each one of those. But currently right now what you need to do to get started is to come in and set things up. Set up your system emails. You can actually come in and view what's going to be responding back. So if somebody has pending items in your store, you can actually set up an email that after so many days it'll send them an email and say, would you like to continue, send the email after 3 days of unordered shopping in the cart. And again, you can change all this. So it's a matter of when you want to do it, that type of thing. And then you can change this to 5 or however you want. And enable a system email. And if you go next, you're going to come into the email editor, and this will be the information that would fill it out. And this is where you're going to be able to find the information that you would want. So if there's an order title, they haven't ordered it yet, so you wouldn't use orders, but just gives you an idea of all the things that are available to use in the email. Okay, so again, once you're finished with that and you've done all that, you come out to next, and then you're going to say who it's from the address, return path, all that type of system is already set up. So you can actually come in and say finish, and you would have your email process set up at this point. So that's pretty much so much for this lesson. The next lesson, like I said, we will start out here on the retail store. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to you looking at our lesson called setting up a retail store. All right. Thank you very much, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.